Welcome back to the Talkin podcast, brought to you by the folks at Chief of Staff KC. This week, we have the folks at Chief of Staff KC,
That's right.
Our very own president, Casey Wright. Casey, good to have you back in studio. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me back.
Of course, man. Well, glad to hear your voices back after the weekend. I think I'm still in shock of that win on Sunday night. I thought the wild card game was electric, but that was Arrowhead on another level. I've never seen it like that before. I mean, talk about an emotional roller coaster there at the end, seeing like Mahomes' loop stats and like the win probability, everything going up and down. But man. We're set to host the AFC Championship this weekend for the fourth straight time in what's known as the Arrowhead Invitational nowadays. But we'll get into our takes on Joey B and the boys coming to town on Sunday. But first, we're bringing you our positions of the week, brought to you by Chief of Staff KC, your local trusted talent scouts, making connections that matter. We're a recruiting firm in Brookside. We'll bring you the best accounting and finance, admin, marketing, operations, HR, and sales talent that Kansas City has to offer. What do we got this week? Yeah.
Well, normally I will take over here, but since our president's in office, in studio, we're going to let him take it away.
Oh, yeah.
Where do I start? We have over 80 active jobs that we're working on right now. As far as finance and accounting, we have about a dozen FP&A positions, anywhere from 65, 70K up to about 130. We have a controller position at a construction company that just opened up. We have a head of tax at a hospitality entertainment company that'll pay about $300K. Mm-hmm. We have more staff accountant positions than I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. In 16 years in the business, by far and away the hottest market I've ever been around. And so there is much more demand than there is talent out there right now.
That's right.
And people are paying a premium. It'll slow down eventually, but we don't see that anytime soon.
Yeah. Outside of accounting and finance, I know we got like a couple of superintendent positions, assistant project manager on like the operations side of things, a couple of different like insurance-based salespeople, and customer service positions as well.
A few cool nonprofits we're working with right now too, which is always desirable. So we have completely remote positions, hybrid, in office, you name it.
Well,
as always, if you're considering testing the market, now's the time. So reach out to us for sure.
Awesome. We'll take it away.
All right, Casey, everybody knows who you are. They know that face. They understand maybe why you're on the show, but for the viewers that do not know, give a quick synopsis, background, chief of staff, when you got started, all that good stuff.
Sure. So I've been at chief of staff about 2.5 years now. Like I said, in the industry for 16 years. I've always focused on finance and accounting, recruiting, player coach. I love getting out there and getting in the mix. Love the interviewing. I love placing people, developing talent, a little bit of everything. So, I was giving these guys trouble, though, because they didn't give me enough notice. I have a haircut tomorrow, so I apologize for the disheveled look.
Got the playoff beard.
I got the playoff beard going.
I'm the same way.
Give a shout out to my girl Urelli at Barrel House for trimming me up.
That's right. Urelli. There we go. Very cool.
So every episode we've been asking a recurring recruiting question and a nod to your conduits of culture, how you like to call us. So a couple questions for you. First being, what does culture mean for you internally at Chief of Staff in terms of managing the team, hiring a team with, zero turnover over the years? And then secondly, what does culture mean for a successful long-term placement in terms of what we do?
Sure. I mean, I think we always talk about, we focus on culture more than anything else. It's really hard to focus on culture for clients if you don't have a good culture internally. So I think it starts with us. I think we have indisputably the best team in this business. I've been around a lot, not just in Kansas City, but nationwide, and I haven't been around a better group. So I don't take credit for that. I think it's all of you guys, honestly. We have a wide variety of backgrounds, too. We don't hire people all from the same part of town, the same demographic. We try and have a variety that gets everybody excited. There's a couple in the office that aren't sports fans, and we love to rib them about that because we're all diehard sports fans. But we have a pretty eclectic background, and I think we encourage that. And we do a lot of fun stuff. Work is fun if you're around the right people.
Of course.
And these guys have asked me a lot, like, how do you balance your time? Because we're busy. We're rushing here. We're late right now because we had a client lunch that went longer than we thought. It's easy to balance time when you do something you love and you surround yourself with good people. There's a lot of people that want to work with us here in town that we choose not to because they aren't in line with our culture and they're not the best places. And I always say that there's no fee we've ever been paid that's worth a fraction of our reputation. And the clients we work with are reflective of our reputation. So we work with good people internally, we work with good people externally. Surround yourself with good people, and good stuff's going to happen.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. We're going to move straight into the quick hitter segment, so hopefully you're ready. I may know some of these answers, maybe not. I'm excited to hear what you're going to say. So first down is what we'll start with, and it's going to be a recent bit of success you've had, the company's had, that will ultimately lead to more.
Sure. Well, in the past couple of months, we've hired 3 new people, which that's great. I mean, Emerson referenced it. We haven't lost a single producer in over 3 years, which that doesn't happen in our industry, not just in Kansas City, nationwide. A lot of times clients will ask me, well, what set you guys apart? And that's hard to put words on it, into that sometimes. But I'll say, you find another company of our size or larger that hasn't lost a single one of their recruiters in over 3 years, we'll do the work for you for free. Haven't had to do that yet. So
That's right. Very good. Sack, recent setback you've had personally or professionally, you've had to overcome and learn from.
We've had more turndowns than ever.
Ooh, yeah, good point.
Which, when I first came up in this industry, I was always taught, don't ever extend an offer unless you're 100% certain it will be accepted. That's not doable now because you don't know, because there are so many counter offers. We're getting people insane raises right now. And somebody else comes on with something stronger, more attractive, you don't close every one. So I've told the story a bunch, but we placed somebody recently that was the 8th offer before an acceptance. That's never happened to me in my career. Never more than twice. And so everyone's like, well, this has got to be great for you guys. It has, it's such a hot market. Business is great for you, obviously. It's good. I mean, we more than doubled our best year ever last year. It's taking a lot more effort, though, to get the same results because there are so many challenges and candidates are demanding because they can be right now. So I guess that's a sack, but it wasn't a 4th down sack.
Sure. Yep. There we go. Hail Mary. You have 13 seconds. No, I'm just kidding. Big goal you're working on for the next 12 months. Let's hear it.
We're trying to grow at the right pace. There's a lot of people that want to come join us right now, but we're very selective. We are slow to hire and haven't had to fire because of that. So we want to continue to grow. Like I said, we've hired 3 people recently. We know it's a hot market right now. That's inevitably going to slow down at some point, and so it's growing at the right pace. That there's more business right now out there than there's ever been, but that doesn't matter if you can't service it. So we don't want to take a step back in the quality that we provide, and so that's a balance. And every time you hire somebody, though, it's a big commitment for getting them up to speed. So Hail Mary is continuing to grow at a sustainable pace. Right.
Yeah, I love that. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, it just is, again, a testament to the culture of Chief of Staff. It's like, that's why we haven't had turnover, is because we're very selective with who we hire, but we also hire when needed, right?
Absolutely.
Like, work ourselves to death, obviously, with all these jobs we have open, but it's not like something that we can't handle. And when we can't handle it, that's when we bring someone on, and it's perfect. So yeah, props to you and Lisa and Tiffany as well, and with the leadership team and everything you guys do for hiring. So awesome.
All right.
Yeah, but let's get in and talk some chop, man. I mean,
what a game.
Yeah, I think this might be the only episode that we spend more time recapping the game than previewing the next one. But I mean, holy crap. I mean, we'll give you the first take here, Casey, as a nod to Andy Reid every week. But yeah, walk us through your thoughts of the final 2 minutes there. Time's yours.
Well, I'll tell you, I almost didn't go. I've been pretty busy recently with work and traveling and dealing with all of the sickness going around, but I was very close to not going. Last minute, my wife and I decided to go, and I don't think I'm ever going to turn anything down ever again. I've been blessed to have attended a lot of cool sporting events. I've been to Super Bowl, World Series games, Final Fours. I'm a big KU guy. I was there for the Mario Miracle in 2008. It happened to be my birthday. That was great. I was there for the wild card game, which was something else. First time the Royals have made it in 30 years. It's hard to say that anything beats this game, though. Yeah. I mean, it was, you look around and a lot of people are leaving, and I stayed. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I thought we were going to score in 13 seconds, but there's a little glimmer of optimism back there. And, Mahomes and his homies, they get it done. Once we made that first completion, I felt pretty good, though. Yeah. I knew it was going to Kelce. I think everyone knew it was going to Kelce. Everyone gives Mahomes so much credit for his no-look passes or his lookaways. He had that telegraphed, and it didn't matter.
Yeah.
They're going to make
plays.
Playmakers are going to make plays,
Yeah,
and he was calling it out. Everyone knew it was going to Kelce, and they couldn't stop him. And then I was a little concerned with the kicking game, but he got it through. Once he made that, though, it was no doubter. We didn't need the coin toss, I didn't think at that point, even though everyone gives that credit. But.
To your Kelce point, I mean, they were calling it out at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Pat said, do it, Kels. And then prior to that, I think Kelce went up to him and said, hey, if they do the same thing or play the same coverage that they did on the previous play, which was Tyreek, cutting it right up on the left-hand side, he goes, I'm going to go right here. And Pat saw it, and he said, do it. And sure enough, there we were, right in the field goal range. Bucker came in, clutch when needed. I think my voice is still a little bit messed up from it, to be honest with you, but it was without a doubt, best game in NFL history, in my opinion, and the best game of my entire life. So,
yeah.
I can't beat it.
I mean, I was up in the nosebleeds with all the Bills fans. And, I would say they're pretty similar to Chiefs fans, salt of the earth, real nice people. But, man, was there a lot of crap talking there towards the end. You're talking about people leaving. Everyone around us, it was only Bills fans, flipping birds and saying bye-bye, all that type of stuff. And then, we turn around in 13 seconds. 13 seconds is too much time.
Yep.
How many times have we lost to Tom Brady on game-winning touchdown drives in playoff games, and even at home too? That AFC Championship game I was at, and it's like, holy crap! This is what it feels like on the other end of that. Like we finally won a coin toss. We finally, we did that. It was crazy. I was just in shock. I'm still in shock.
I am too.
I mean, greatest game ever, maybe.
Obviously, we're a little bit biased, but I've been talking to lots of friends from around the country, and everyone's echoing that. So, and to reiterate what you said, tip my cap to the Bills fans. I thought they were all great. I sat around a bunch of them. Every one of them shook our hand afterwards, said, "You guys go get it done, win it all." And I think there is some similarities to the Buffalo and Kansas City crowd with the hard-working blue-collar mentality, and I love that. So, they'll be fun rivals for years, I think.
Well, then we have Joey B and the mediocre offensive line, which I'll get to my point here in a minute. I think that's going to be the biggest factor here. But take it away, Emerson.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got some crazy momentum after that game. Coming back from being down that much, and I mean, especially with Josh Allen, like those two are, the best quarterbacks in the league, hands down, Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen. And to come out victorious, to beat that quarterback, to survive, the emotional roller coaster and still like have that ingrained, like we got a shot, right? Like I don't think anyone on the Chiefs sideline other than Chris Jones was panicking over there. But I mean, yeah, I mean, how do you not have all the confidence in the world? You're hosting the AFC Championship for 4 straight years, and you just come off that victory. I mean, these boys are gonna roll in hot. What are you thinking?
I'm feeling pretty good, but that makes me nervous too because there's other games I've felt good about in the past, and the confidence, the swagger is great as long as it doesn't get in the way.
Right. Correct.
I don't want to look ahead. I know a lot of people are talking about the potential of back-to-back road, away games for the Super Bowl, which is insane. It's never happened in history, and now it could happen to us 2 years in a row. I don't want people skipping ahead for that. Right. I mean, obviously, we saw what Cincy did to us last time. We got to figure out a way to slow down Chase, but I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah. Double up Chase, and then just let Frank Clark, Chris Jones, Melvin Ingram. Yeah, man, we didn't really talk about him on this last game, but he had just some monster plays where he blew it up at the line of scrimmage. But yeah, if we get a good pass rush, I think. Sorry, Joey B, it's just not your time yet. Keep waiting, buddy.
See, I echo that sentiment, but I also think, like, you look back at that Titans game, and he got sacked 9 times, and he still won the game, right? Like, that guy can take hits, and he doesn't give it,
He's a stud.
Like, he is. I mean, it's going to be Burrow, Mahomes, and Allen. Moving forward, I think Lamar is, too injured, and we'll see what happens with Herbert, but he plays in our division, and Lord knows where Rodgers is going to end up next year. But in the AFC, like this is your future, right? And it's really cool to see that play out. But it all runs through Mahomes, right? And Mahomes can't play defense. That's the thing. And so like you look at what Jamar Chase did to us in Week 17, which was like 20 seconds ago, right? But you also look at what Gabriel Davis just did to us. We let up 4 touchdowns and 200 yards receiving. receiving.
We were missing Tyron.
I know we were
That's
missing Tyron.
what I was about to say.
Spagnuolo did apparently that game plan was designed around Tyron, so
it was obvious we were missing him. There were several plays that would have gone totally differently with Tyron. What is the latest? Do we know right now?
He practiced today.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, he did practice.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I know he's feeling good according to Reed.
He should be playing.
That makes a huge difference.
Oh, of course. 100%. Yeah, I mean, I look at their offense, and again, they haven't put up more than what, like 19 points, or no, what are they? Anyways, they put up 19 points last week. That's not going to be the Chiefs. You got to have 30, right?
Well, you referenced the Titans game. I feel like it's like, yeah, but that was regular season. It's like, this is playoff football now.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother level.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, and Kyle Brandt on Good Morning Football this morning was going off about how the Chiefs made no mistakes that entire game and they still won. But Patrick Mahomes never turned the ball over. He's 20-3 when he doesn't turn the ball over. He was 22 going into that game. Mm-hmm. But the thing is like with a holding penalty that negated that run back, Tyreek dropped that ball that would have gotten us points, and then the refs played against us the entire game. I mean, I don't think there's anyone in Kansas City that doesn't think that game was kind of fluky.
Yep.
Burrow said it himself.
Yeah. And I mean, like, even on the way here, there's a Chiefs or a Bengals radio host that was on 610 talking to Carrington. And he was like, everyone thinks we're playing with house money. No one really expected to be here. Yeah. This team is still so young. We got so much young talent. Like, we're playing with house money. They're going to come in with nothing to lose. This is already a successful season for them. Yeah. And that scares me.
Yeah, agreed. No, I'm not just assuming it's going to be a cakewalk. I feel good about it, but I'm excited for Sunday.
Yeah. So let's get some score predictions. What are you thinking?
I was thinking about that earlier. I think they're going to stick around, but I think we're going to go open it up late. I think 37-24.
37-24?
Okay. 34-28, Chiefs.
34-28. Justin?
38-21. I think we just blow them.
38-21? Phrasing. We'll get you out here. What's your guess score?
35-32.
35-32.
Nail biter.
I like that.
Nail biter from the intern.
That's right.
Man, for some reason, I don't think this is going to be, the shootout that everyone thinks it is. I don't think the Bengals have scored a ton of points. We didn't even look that great until we scored, 14 points in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to go 31-24.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So,
are you guys going to it?
I have tickets, but my buddies just sold for $500, like 3 rows down from the nosebleeds at the top of the stadium, and I'll put mine up. So if I can pay my rent with my profit from I'm going to do that. But they haven't sold yet, so I might be out there.
If the prices drop, the price is right, should I say, then we'll be going. But right now, no, I'm not going.
Well, Casey, thanks for joining us this week. Again, if you are looking for a job out in Kansas City, make sure to reach out to us. I got jobs across the board. But, it's fun catching up and being in studio as always. But that does it for the divisional round recap of Talkin' Chop, brought to you by Chief of Staff KC. Whether you're listening on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple, make sure to follow us along this rest of this playoff run as we, bear down on Super Bowl 55. What is it now? I don't know. 56, I think it is. 56. But we'll catch y'all next week. And as always, go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.
Thanks, guys.